Hello everyone, myself I am Uma and I have overall 8 plus years of IT experience as a data analyst and 4 years of experience as a corporate trainer. I am a Microsoft certified data analyst currently working at Microsoft. Hi everyone, welcome to KSR DATAVIZON YouTube channel. In today's session, we will see about different types of charts. Okay. So basically to build any report, your main core should be you should be knowing what all the different types of default charts available in Power BI. Along with that, how you can use some custom visuals from the app source and how you can create for the right set of data, how you can choose the right charts and then create. Okay, even in interview point of view, they will ask what all the different kinds of charts you have used, and for this kind of data which type of chart you will use. How can you say that you are a good data storyteller, how you will choose the right charts. Okay, so to answer all these questions we will try to learn few of the charts here. Okay, the first chart is column chart. You can see here I have taken one simple column chart, and here I am taking the category and sum of sales. Okay, first I will walk you through the orders table here. So the table which I'm taking here for most of my charts is order table. So I will show you that table here. So here I have different kinds of tables I'm using here, and here is my data, campaign, country, and orders. Okay, here I have this orders table. In this table, for most of my visuals I'm using this table. In this, if you see, you have some row ID, you have some order ID and order date, shipment date, ship mode, and different customer IDs, their names, the different segments, and the region, the city, state, and the postal code, as well as some other details, different categories, subcategories of the products which they are selling, and how much is the sales made, how much is the profit made, and quantity and discount. All these values you are having, and orders is the table name. Okay, so all these columns you are having, and now we will see this simple column chart. In this simple column chart, you are just taking one categorical value, that is the category from this order table. This is the table, right? So you are taking the category and the sales value into y-axis. This is the category and sales. So a simple representation of one categorical value and one numeric value, you can go with this column chart. Okay, and next come to this bar chart. So this is your column chart, and if you change the orientation, this is your bar chart. This is how it looks like. In the y-axis, I'm taking the subcategory, which is again a categorical column, and in x-axis, I'm taking the sales value. Okay, so here you are seeing this. This is a bar chart, and the left-hand side you are seeing is the column chart. So these are simple bar charts and simple column charts. And now let's see the stacked column chart. This is the stacked column chart. If I click on this visual, I can see what all the columns I have taken here. In the x-axis, it is a categorical value. In y-axis is the sales, and extra information I'm showing here. What is my extra information? Region. So that region I'm adding into legend. Across each category, what is the sales? Within the each category, again with respect to each region, which is my additional information. So that region column I'm adding into legend. Now the column chart has become now a stacked column chart. Same way, you also have this stacked bar chart. So the orientation will be different. So here also you are using y-axis, x-axis and legend. In legend you are adding the other information, that is the region information. For each of this category within the region, what is the sales value. So this is about your stacked bar chart. Now everything is like stacked, okay, one above the other, attached in the single bar. All the regions are attached here, so it's a stacked. Now let's see the clustered column chart. Okay, the left hand side, this is nothing but stacked, and the right hand side, if you are seeing, it's a clustered. Means all the regions within the category are put together. Now if you see, each region is denoted with separate bars. right? If you hover on these bars, you will see that within the technology it's a west region sales, and if I hover on this, it's a within the technology, this bar is south region bar. So this representation is nothing but clustered column chart. So in the clustered column chart, you already know, just if you change the orientation to horizontal, it becomes the clustered bar chart. The same fields I'm taking, category, sales and region here. Okay. Now come to pie chart. Wherever you are seeing, right here in the left hand side, you are seeing a simple column chart where across each category you are showing the sales value. But this is just a sales value, but not in terms of percentage. Each category, how much percentage it is contributing to the total sales. That information we don't get from a simple column charts or bar charts. So to achieve that in terms of percentage, I'm going to this pie chart. If you see the pie chart, in the legend, I'm taking the category, and in the values, I'm taking the sales value. Now, if you see here, you are getting this right across each technology, how much percentage it is contributing, 35.56 percentage, whereas the furniture it's 32.73 percentage, and whereas the office supplies is the rest of the percentage, that is 31.72 percentage. So when you want this percentage, you can go with the pie chart. Now come back to this 100% stacked column chart. This is your 100% stacked column chart. So when you're taking here, right, in the pie chart, what happens when you're taking category and sales, and within the category, again, you're taking the region. So within the category for that specific region, you should have that sales percentage, right? But unfortunately, in the pie chart, you will not get that. Okay. So whatever the total it is, percentage it is calculating with the overall sales, but not within the specific region within the particular category. To overcome that problem in the pie chart, we are using now here 100% stacked column chart. So here how the percentage is calculated, for each category it's like 100%. So within that category, for each region it is calculating the percentage. Okay. So this is about your 100% stacked column chart. If you have that 100% stacked column chart with the orientation change, you also have something called 100% stacked bar chart. Here also I'm taking the category, sales and region, legend. So now across all these categories, for each of the category within the region, central region, how much is the percentage, and east region, how much is the percentage. So to get this kind of values, you can go with the stacked bar chart. Now come back to the donut chart. Okay, this is your donut chart. You already know now what is a pie chart. Left hand side, this is your pie chart, and similar kind of representation you are seeing in the donut chart. But the difference is at the center you have some radius like this, and here you can even add some extra information. So I have taken one more card here, a simple card visual. In this card visual, I am trying to show my total sales. So overall, you can see what is the total sales as well as each category, how much it is contributing. This percentage also you can see in this donut chart. Almost similar to pie chart with some extra readability. Now come back to this line chart. Okay, so wherever you are doing some time period analysis with respect to year, what is your sales, profit, how are the trends? All these lines you are seeing, right? It started with the January, in Feb it has dropped, and March again it's high, again in the April it has dropped, and from April to till August it's a stable line, and from there again it's on its peak value during September. Again it has dropped in the October, again it's on its peak during November, and slightly there is a change in the December. So this ups and downs, this is called the trend lines. So the trend lines, if you're representing within the time period for an year or a month or a day, week, quarter, whatever the time period analysis you're doing, then line chart is the best chart. Okay, this is your line chart. So that line chart we have seen here, and it's the best chart to represent. Okay. So in this line chart, you can even add your additional axis. Okay, there is a secondary y axis. In this, I can even add my profit as well. So I'll try to take the profit column and I'll try to add in the secondary y axis. If you see this, two scales you are seeing, one for the scale sales and one for the profit. So two lines you are seeing, one is the sales line, one is the profit line. Two lines you can see. Okay, this is about your line chart. Now, next chart is the area chart. Okay, almost similar to your line chart, but somewhat you are having the readability here, right? You can see the readability. This is your line chart, this is your line chart, and this is your area chart. So in the area chart also, you can add your x-axis and you can add your y-axis as well as you can add your secondary axis. This is about your area chart. Now come back to this chart. So this is your stacked area chart. In the stacked area chart, you are trying to add across the time period, that is the month, sales value and the region. So here multiple lines you are seeing which denotes the lines in this chart. The first one, if you see, it's a area chart. In the area chart, if you are adding the legend, means that is the region, somewhere the readability you are missing, right? You are not able to see that properly. So to overcome this problem, you are using something called this stacked area chart, the below visual. This is the stacked area chart where you can do across the each time period what is the sales and the extra information region also, it's having now good readability. Each region you can see the sales here. Now this is your line and stacked column chart. So here you are using column chart separately and the stacked column chart separately and a line chart separately. Whereas the axes are common, right? Here the year is common, here also the year is common. Here the sales you are representing here across different regions, and here you are representing the profit. So both of them, if you want to represent in a single visual, you can go and directly use this something called line and stacked column chart. So both these two different visuals, I'm trying to implement everything in a single visual by using this line and column chart. So here the same across different regions. Here I can see the sales in terms of the stacked column, as well as this line is nothing but my profit line. Okay, so this is about your line and stacked column chart. So if you have this column chart, you will also have this next, the clustered column chart. So in this chart, the same way of representation, but instead of this stacked, where across each region is stacked across one above, in the line and clustered column chart, you can see each region is denoted separately. Each one is denoted with a separate bars. Okay, and the line which you are seeing is nothing but your profit. So when you click on the visual, you can see what all the columns has taken into x-axis, what is taken on y-axis, and the line y-axis. This is the line y-axis where we are taking the profit. Okay, also the legend, column legend, that is region, right? Each bar, each cluster here denotes the different region. Now, next the chart is the ribbon chart. Okay. So this ribbon chart, if you see here, this is your ribbon chart. In this ribbon chart, across each years, and here you have different regions. Different regions, how it is performing. Let's take 2016. So across each region, you are taking the sales value here, and each region, it is at the top and where it has dropped. West region in 2016, what is the sales? 2017, what is the sales? What is the sales change? What is the difference? Whether it has dropped. If dropped, what is the percentage? 5.35 percentage. What is the rank of the West region in 2016? What is the rank of the region in the 2017? What is the rank change? All this kind of information, basically for ranking purpose. For ranking purpose, how much is the rank change, the sales difference. So to get this kind of insights, you can use this ribbon chart. Now next the chart is scatter chart. So in this scatter chart, if I play this axis, right, play axis where I have taken the year here, you can see the bigger the bubble size, the based on the sales and profit. Here the each subcategory, I have taken the subcategory in the values column. X-axis is the sales and y-axis here it's a profit. And then the size of the bubble is depending on the quantity column also we have in this table. So it is depending on the quantity, and the play axis is based on the year. So when I play on this, so where it is, you can even click on particular line. Okay, so it will tell that from where, from the subcategory furnishings, what was the sales it had, what is the profit it had, how much quantity in the year 2019, and where it has increased or dropped. This kind of information you can see here. Okay, now the next chart is our map chart. This is our map where you are seeing the different countries, as well as within the US you are seeing here different states as well as the legend. I'm taking the region here, and here you can see the bubble which is based on the sales value, the bubble size. At the bottom you can see here I am taking the bubble size as the sum of sales. Okay, so I can zoom in and zoom out, and here I can see when you want to represent your geographical location information, whether it's a country, states, a city, with respect to the legend, and the bubble is based on any sales value or profit or any numerical value, I can represent using this map chart. Now let's move on to the next visual. Similar to map, you also have something called filled map, where in this map I'm taking the location into the state into the location column and the region into legend. And if I hover on this, I can see. Okay, so based on the region, it is just filling the area. Four regions I have taken. The four regions are filled in this color, and for any region within that region, the state, the sales value, if I wanted to see here, I can see just by hovering on this. This is about the filled map. And now let's come back to the shape map. In the map you have seen the complete world, and the field map also there is a complete world map. And if you come to the shape map, you can take based on the specific country. Okay, so I have taken here the different data set here, that is India crimes. And here if you can see across different state what is the 2018 crimes. Okay, so this filling, right, somewhere it is dark, somewhere it is light, somewhere it's very dark, very light. So different color shades you are seeing. So the darker the color means the more is the value. So what is the value I have taken here? 2018 crimes. Okay, so which place it has more crimes, that it is showing Karnataka. Next here the Uttar Pradesh, it's more darker. So the value of the crimes is 6280. So that is why it is showing the dark blue color. The more the dark, the highest the sales, the value which we are taking here. It's not a sales value, rather it's a crimes value, because the data set I have taken here is India crimes. Okay, so this is about your shape map. And then coming to the cart, when you want to represent a single value, basically your total profit or total quantity or total sales, instead of representing this in a column chart, this will not be a better solution. Why? Because there you will do some comparison, right? Categorical, numerical, and within the two different values you are plotting your visual. But in the current scenario, I just want to show my total values, count of customers or my total sales or total profit or total quantity. To represent this single value, I will go and use something called card. All is or cards. Okay, so whenever you want to represent any key values, you can use this cards. And now this is a multi-row card. Only a single value, you can go and use the card. If I want to show multiple values, whereas here I'm trying to show the top 5 products which are having the highest sales. Means I am applying some filter. If you see here on this visual, there is a filter applied on the product ID. What type of filter it is? It's a top N filter. So basically top 5 I am filtering based on the sales value. So this is a multi-row card when you want to represent multiple values in a card, which is not possible in the card visual. So to overcome the problem in the card visual, you are using something called multi-row card. This is about your multi-row card. Next, come back to this. It's a funnel chart. Okay. Basically, funnel chart is used to represent the conversion ratio. Okay. And to identify the bottlenecks in a business. And here, when you are representing the column which you are taking, okay, here I am taking the number of customers by campaign state. So here in the campaign stage is I'm taking one different data set. It's my campaign table. Here I do have number of customers and the stage. Okay. If you see here, each stage means these all the total customers. In that, how many people have opened the mail which has been sent to them, in that how many people have viewed, in that 86,000 how many people have actually clicked the link, in that people who have clicked the link how many people have added to the cart, in that people how many people have actually purchased. Means every single stage, every single bar you are seeing here is dependent on the previous stage. Only in this kind of scenario you can use your funnel chart. So this is the table here for reference. This is the table and this is where you can use the funnel chart. So every single value here should be depending on the previous stage. Okay. Now one more scenario for the funnel chart. So number of runners per stage of event. Okay, while starting, how many people were there and how many people have actually reached the mark of 2 kilometers run and how many have actually reached 3 kilometers, how many have actually reached 4 kilometers. Means each stage is dependent, right? From the 2 kilometers only the people have moved to 3 kilometers. From this 3 kilometers mark, those people only have moved to the 4 kilometers, and finally the end, that is the 5 kilometers mark, only 1650 people have reached it out of 3500. So what is that ratio? 47.1%. So this for conversion ratio we will be using this funnel chart. Now the next visual is the table visual. So table visual means if you take here left hand side, you can see a simple table. This is the table chart. In the simple table, you can drag and drop any kind of values. Multiple columns you can drag and drop and you can represent the value here. And in this, if you want to apply some formatting, this is a plain table. The left hand side which you are seeing is a plain table. In the right hand side, this table you can apply some formatting. Okay, these all are the columns which I have used here: category column, quantity, subcategory, sales, discount, profit. So in this I'm applying some conditions, conditional formatting. For this sum of sales you can see there is some bars seen, and for the discount column also you can see uh, some performance indicators, up arrow, down arrow. These are some indicators. Even for the profit you can see different colors based on the profit made. Negative means some color, positive means some color, and the medium value some different colors you are seeing. So all these are nothing but some conditional formatting. So whenever you are using the table and when you are drag and dropping those columns, you can go to that column which you are using here. For example, this sales column, right? If I right click here, there is an option conditional formatting. What kind of formatting? You can go there and you can check. Positive means which color, negative means which color. Based on the value, you can perform this conditional formatting. Next visual is our matrix visual. Okay. So at the bottom, whatever you are seeing, it's a simple table. And at the top, whatever you are seeing, it's a matrix. Means when you have multiple values, right? Like something is repeated in the table. For example, for each of the category, Again, here you are seeing this region, right? So for each category with respect to central, it is creating, see how many lines it is creating. Along with the central, again for east, again it is creating some lines here, horizontal lines. Again for south, like that for multiple region means so many values. So you are even getting the scroll bar because for everything it is adding a new line. Okay. So instead of using this, if you go with the matrix, this is the top one, the top visual which you are seeing is a matrix visual. Similar to table, but here it's like a multi-dimension. For each region, it is coming like this: central, east, south, west, and the total. Okay. So if you see at the bottom, under the rows, I'm adding the category and subcategory. Under the columns, I'm adding the region. Under the values, I'm adding the sales value and the profit value. So this is about your matrix. Okay, even here you can expand and check within the furniture what are the subcategories which I have taken here, right? So I can see the sub values also in this matrix. Now next, come back to this waterfall chart. This is our waterfall chart where the breakdown analysis you can see here. So within this waterfall, what I'm taking the year under the category, and the breakdown I'm taking the subcategory, and in the y-axis I'm taking the sales. If you observe this carefully, right, this is the 2016, 2017, what is the sales made, and here 2018 what is the sales made, and 2019 what is the sales made. And if you see here, this the breakdown is through subcategory, because in this I have dragged and dropped the subcategory column. So here you can see which is contributing for the more sales growth. Okay, now this 19,000 is just the sales change, sales difference made by the bookcases from 16 to 2017. And the positive one indicates that they have contributed to the growth from 2016 to 2017. The negative, if you see that, it means this has contributed to the negative, means loss actually. So that is why you are seeing minus here. Okay, so who has contributed for the profit, who has contributed actually for the less profit or loss, I can say. And the other categories, you can see that it is coming in this dark amber color. Okay, so this for breakdown analysis you can use this waterfall chart. Now next chart is guard chart. Okay, this is your guard chart where this 2.27 million is the current sales, the total sales of your business. But I have some goals in my business that is actually 3 million. So if I want to set my goal and see how much far I am from here to here, where is my goal and where I am, how much I have reached. This filling is something which I have reached, and I still have to reach this much to fill this gap. This is my goal value, target value. So to set this kind of target value, a goal, you can go and use this guard chart. Next, this is about our KPI chart. So in the KPI chart also, we can see what is our goal and what is my current value, how much I have improved, what is something which I have to still reach, plus or minus. So this kind of KPIs also I can use. KPI performance, if I want to see, I can use this KPI chart. Next, come to the decomposition tree. So this is the representation of decomposition tree where I am trying to analyze my sales. In the analyze field, I have taken the sales value explained by category, subcategory, and quantity. So I can see here across each category, subcategory, quantity, what is the sales. So the decomposition part is something which is represented like this through the decomposition tree chart. Next, come back to this tree map chart. Okay, so this is the tree map. This is also a default visual of Power BI. In the tree map, I'm just taking my category column, subcategory, and the sales value. So here you can see the order. So first it will show within the subcategory. Three subcategories are there. So three different colors you are seeing here. Within the subcategory, within the category, different subcategories, you are seeing the products like this. Okay, so based on the highest sales, it is giving the order, first one, second one, third, fourth. So based on that, it is giving the order of your sales. And next, come back to the key influences. This is your key influences chart. So in this, I'm trying to analyze my sales. If you see here, under the fields where you drag and drop the corresponding fields, I have taken the sales and the explain by, I have taken the category and subcategory. So here, if you see in this key influences, what influences sales to increase? Even you can also select the decrease as well. So based on you drag and drop, this works on artificial intelligence visual. So it is trying to provide me the information. So subcategories copiers. When what influences sales to increase means it is giving. If the subcategory is tables, this much is the percentage. And here it is giving the same in the visual type as well. So this is about your key influences. Next, come back to this animated bar chart. Okay, so far whatever the charts we have seen, all are from the default charts of Power BI. These all are default charts, and from here whatever you are seeing, right at the right hand side, all these lines here, so all these are nothing but the custom visuals which are downloaded from the app source. So what is that? Here you have this three dots. You can go for these three dots, get more visuals. If you see here, you can see all this. Okay, so this is nothing but Microsoft's app source. Microsoft's app source. In this app source, you can see all visuals, organization visuals, and app source visuals. Okay. So in this also, if you see, there is a difference. Some you are seeing with the certified, some tick mark you are seeing surrounded by like a star, like a symbol, but not for everything you are seeing here. See, for example, circle, KPI, gauge, you are not seeing that. And for super tables also, you're not seeing that. For animated bar, you're not seeing. For few of the visuals, you're seeing this certified symbol. Few of the visuals, you're not able to see that. But it's always recommended that you go and use the certified ones. Okay, because the certified ones are the ones which Microsoft would have already tested. Now, whatever the visuals you are seeing here, more than 250 visuals you are having here, custom visuals. These are developed by different people, different vendors, different third party organizations, and that are allowed, that are tested by Microsoft people, and they are adding this in this app source. Okay, so better to go with the one which are certified. So now from here we will see all our custom visuals. So this is the animated bar chart where I'm trying to take under the name a subcategory and the value sales and the period date. Okay. So if you see here, automatically for each year it is giving the bars, right? It is moving the bars, but this is not a certified one, animated bar chart. If you see across each year and what is the subcategory wise sales, it is representing in different colors. Now the next chart is word cloud. Okay, this is also a custom visual. I have downloaded it from this app source. How to download is just you have to go here, three dots, get more visuals. In this get more visuals, you can search for your visual, word cloud. Okay, so once you get the visual, you can read about this visual also. What exactly is this visual? Can I use this in my project? Can I use this visual to represent my data? Okay, the complete overview, you can read it. You also have the ratings and reviews. You can also read this to decide whether you have to add this visual to your Power BI or not. And this is how it look like. And just you have to click on add. Once you click on add, it will be loaded into your Power BI desktop, and then you can use it. So this is the word cloud. So why? So I already have this. So again, it is asking this. I will just click on cancel. Okay. Now, if you see this visual, I have taken the state under the category, under the values, I'm taking the sales value. So since I have taken the state, there are multiple states. When you have more number of categorical value, you can see, you can use this word cloud, which is a custom visual. So if you see the font also, some fonts are very big, some are like a small one. So this is again depending on the value sales. I have dragged and dropped the sales value here. So based on whatever the numeric value you are drag and dropping, so the bigger the font is nothing but the higher the value which you are taking. Here my value I have taken is the sales value. So California is making the highest sales, so it's bigger in size when compared to the other states. And now you have some other custom visual, that is drill through and pie chart. Okay, so this is a normal pie chart, this is again a pie chart, this is again a pie chart. Okay, so here you are trying to represent the category. Within the category, again subcategory you wanted to see, again here one more pie chart. And for this subcategory, suppose you select some subcategory here, with respect to that the other visuals should change. Okay, so the subcategory, product ID. Category, subcategory, product ID. Different visuals you are using here, right? Instead of using these three different visuals, three different normal pie charts, we can go with our custom visual that is provided by the Zoom charts. Okay, this is the name of this is drill through pie chart. So how you can drill through, we'll see. This is my technology percentage, furniture percentage, and office supplies percentage. Now I'll click on technology. Within that technology, I can see the subcategories, that is my phones, machines, accessories, and copiers. Now within the phones, again, I want to see all my products. I will just click on this. I can see all my product IDs. So I'm drilling down, right? I'm drilling through the hierarchy level. First is category. If you see the columns I have taken here, it's category, subcategory, and product ID. So it is drilling. Okay. So all this, you can just use this. Instead of three normal default visuals, you can directly use this custom visuals. Okay. So it will give you a detailed drill through information. Now, the next chart is infographic designer. This is the infographic designer. If you see this, it's almost similar to your column chart, but it has some extra readability where you can customize your columns with an image. Okay. Now here I'm trying to show subcategory wise sales for each of the subcategories where I'm taking copiers, phones, accessories. I'm trying to add different images here. Okay, so you can customize this one, customize your just like your column chart with more customization. Here if you click on this, you will have an option to add the images. Okay, you can select whatever the images you want. You can food and drink, there are multiple options. Household, you can select all the visuals from here. Nature, people, different images, you can select transportation, or if you don't like anything, you can also upload some visuals. Okay, custom visuals also you can upload. This is about your infographic designer. Now come back to the next visual, which is a scroller. Okay, so it's a scroller, just like any flash news or breaking news, how you will see a scroller, right? Similar to that, a kind of a visual it is. This is again a custom visual which I have downloaded from the app source, and here you can see all your visuals. Okay, so I have taken here the subcategory and the profit. So all the values of that subcategory and the profit, it is scrolling here. Okay, you also have in the format option how to customize this scrolling, the timings, everything you can use here. Okay, so all this you can use it, or if you want to give a title also, you can just use this, a scrolling title. If you want to provide, you can use this scroller chart. Next, come to the next visual, which is Sankey chart. In this Sankey chart, you are trying to represent a categorical value with a one more categorical, two different categorical comparison along with a numerical, that is the profit. It's a supporting field, which I'm taking here is a profit. Okay, so from the furniture, from each category, whether it's a technology or a office supplies or a furniture, across different regions, what is the flow that it is representing in the Sankey chart. This is the flow of this. Okay, so you can see somewhere it is wider, somewhere it is thin. The flow is very thin here, and here it's a wider. So this all is depending on the profit from a particular category to across which region. So the flow is depending, the size of the flow is depending on the profit value. So to represent this kind of representation, you can go and use the Sankey chart. The next chart is radar or spider web. You also call it as a spider web because if you see this visual, it somewhere represent the spider web. Okay. So this is again the custom visual. You can download it from the app source. And here, if you see, I have taken the subcategory from this order table, the subcategory and the sales I have taken. And if you see here, the phones is making the highest one. Okay. The next the chase. So the order it is trying to give like this. And the least one you will be seeing here, the labels, envelopes, arts, the least one somewhere at the bottom you are seeing. And the complete representation of this categorical with a numerical value. So basically, you can focus on what you want, the highest sales, and how from the highest to the least, you can see here the main focus lines, and it denotes the spider web. And for this kind of representation, you can use this radar chart or the spider web chart. And next come to the text filter. Okay, this is your text filter. So you are using multiple visuals in a page, and from that page you want to search for a specific customer. You can try to search for a specific word and you can click on the search option. So you can see all the customers. If you remove this, you will be seeing different values. Okay, from this I only want to search for one customer, I can search with the name. Okay, and click on search. So only that customer value I'm seeing here. So just like your slices, how you have the same kind of where you can try to search for a text within that page in the complete different visuals. If you're searching for a specific text, you can use this text filter. The next, coming to the tornado chart. Here you're trying to compare different, okay, across the subcategory. In the group I am taking the subcategory, in the legend I am taking the region, and the values I am taking the sales. If you see here for the different subcategories, now here the comparison, two comparisons are happening across two regions. So this is the central region sales and this is the east region sales. So I'm using one slicer here for the region where I have the flexibility to choose what two regions I want to compare. If you see here, this is the south region and west region because I have selected these two for this tornado chart. So basically for two categories of comparison, the same sales value across two different categories. Here the field is region field I am taking. So for in this kind of scenarios, you can use the tornado chart. The next chart is sunburst. Okay. So here if you see across each category, what is the sales that you can see. Okay, this is the each category and the sales. When you hover on that, you can even see the sales. Now within that category across different regions, how much is the sales? I can hover on this, I can see the sales. So basically the hierarchical way of representing the categorical columns, the groups of those categorical columns, I can use this sunburst chart. The next one is advanced card. Okay, here it is also similar to a card, but I'm downloading this from the app source, that is my custom visual advanced card, where I can apply some conditions. So based on my condition, the value should change. Okay, so if I select all the different color, if I am selecting all the regions, right, the color is in green color. If I'm specifying specific regions, the color will change because the value is less. So based on the profit value, I can give some conditions for the colors. For that, I can use this advanced card. Our next visual is the chiclet slicer. Okay, So if you see here, it's a normal slicer, chiclet slicer without any images. I can even add images to this slicer, similar to a slicer with somewhat more enhanced feature. Where if I want to filter with respect to phones, instead of just clicking on the phones, I can click on the phone image. Okay, so everything will get filtered. So in the slicer with more readability, customization of adding the images, etc., I can go and use this chiclet slicer. And the next visual is the stacked column chart. If you see this, it's similar to our column chart, right? But if I want to select for a particular values, right, I can just select this. Okay, a group of bars, if I want to select, I can select like this without using any control. Just with my mouse, I'm able to select something like this. Okay, so for that purpose, I'm using something called custom visual, which is a stacked column chart. The next one is enlighten aquarium. Enlighten aquarium. If here you see what all the values we have taken in this visual, under the fish I have taken the subcategory, and the fish size I have taken the sales and profit. Okay, so the subcategories are fishes. You can see different fishes. In that you can see two different types of fishes here. One with the fish like this, the other one you can see the fishes like this. Okay, if you hover on this kind of fishes, okay, not the circular faced one, the other fishes, if you see, it's a profit. If you hover on this, it's a sales value. You can see in the tooltip you have the different values. What is this subcategory, how much is the sales, how much is the profit, so that you can see here. It's an enlighten aquarium custom visual. All these visuals you will directly get if you go to this three dots, get more visuals, and search for these visuals. The next one is the hierarchical slicer. Okay, so when I have some hierarchical column, just like order date, if you take the order date, you will have a hierarchy, right? Year, within the year, quarter, within the quarter you have month, and within the month you will have multiple days. So for this hierarchical way of representation, you can use this hierarchy slicer. So in this, directly if I can select like this, right, I will select 2018 I have selected. Okay, so if I expand this, all quarters are selected. So I will just select this quarter 3, and within the quarter 3 also I just want to select a particular month, I can select that month. And within that month also I just want to select a few days only, I can select that few days. Okay, see the hierarchy. Year, within that quarter, within that month, and within that month again a particular days. So this is a hierarchical slicer when you want to represent some hierarchical values in the slicer. The next visual is calendar of Talan. So what exactly is that? In this visual, I just took the order date here. In that only month I have taken, and in the values I'm taking the sales. If you see here, you can see the values. Some are in very dark and some are in the light colors and some are in the very light colors. Okay, so it depends on the sales value. In the values column, I am taking the sales. The darker is nothing but the highest sales month. Okay, so based on your sales, the month color is highlighted like this. So if you want to change the colors or anything, you can always go to the format option and change the colors. And the next one is funnel pyramid. Okay, same like our default chart, the funnel chart which we have seen. Similar way, in this custom chart, it is looking like a funnel pyramid. You can see it's like a funnel, right? The shape is like a funnel, and the usage of this chart is also same thing which we have previously seen in the funnel chart. Okay, but the representation, the symbol, the image is looking like a funnel shape, right? You can see here is a funnel shape. So some of the charts are licensed. It means you need to purchase with some license. You need to pay some money for that. That is why it is showing here upgrade to a paid version. So if we want to use all the features of this chart, we need to purchase this by paying some money. So that is why it is showing this pop-up. Okay, this is about your funnel pyramid. And the next chart is Astropolit chart. Okay, so the visualization is looking like this, and here I have taken the under the category I have taken the category column, and in the y-axis I have taken the sales and profit. So you can see here both the sales and profit values here, and the symbol whatever you are seeing here, right, it's like a Astropolit chart. Okay, and next we are coming to the last chart. This is horizontal bar chart. If you see in a normal bar chart, the values will be outside these bars, right? The phones, chairs, storage will be outside the bars. So in this horizontal bar chart, what is happening? The values, the axis values are coming inside the bars just to save your space. Okay. So in this scenario, you can go and use your horizontal bar chart. So this is about our all the visuals. We have seen the default visuals and we have seen the custom visuals. So around 50 visuals we have seen in this session. Okay, so use the right chart, right visual wherever it is required. You can always explore from here, and this file also I'll be sharing in the description box. Okay, so please do like, share and comment in the comment box if you specifically want on any topic, any information on any topic. You can comment in the comment box. Thank you for watching this. Thank you.